cuando logré.
I was here when I managed to get dressed. He helped me, and all the walls were cracked. We managed to open the door however we could. There was a cloud of smoke that wouldn't let us see. And when we went downstairs, the scene was like a horror movie. We had to climb over the rubble and everything. The building superintendent with the baby and all the neighbors coming down. But from that building, I only saw that one family got out.
El más fuerte y fue largo. Fuerte, fue muy fuerte. Nunca se nos había roto nada en ningún temblor y se nos rompió todo dentro de la casa. Todos los vasos, todo cayó, todas las copas, todo.
Bueno, de verdad que yo calculo que habrá sido como de 8 en la escala, pero fue bastante fuerte. Se cayeron varias paredes de la zona y de verdad que fue fuerte y estamos esperando algunas réplicas, espero que no, pero hay que estar prevenido. Empezó suave y de repente fue creciendo poco a poco y ya al final tuvimos que salir todos de las casas, salir y reunirnos todos afuera. Pues.
Two powerful earthquakes have hit Venezuela back to back, and the country's president has now issued a state of emergency. The U.S. Geological Survey says a 7.2 magnitude quake came first, striking near the country's northern coast just a few hours ago. It was followed by an even stronger quake, a 7.5, not far from the first one. The tsunami warning was issued for the region. That threat, thankfully, is now over, but there's still plenty of threats remaining. Video from the scene shows collapsed buildings in the capital of Caracas. Other buildings badly damaged. Terrified residents ran for safety, evacuating with their loved ones and pets gathering in the streets. The Venezuelan government says many buildings now at risk of collapse. The president of Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez, has declared that state of emergency. Security forces, emergency responders are being deployed across the country. The USGS issued a red alert warning that the quake could result in thousands of casualties. And as we've been looking at live pictures throughout the night, this search for potential survivors is happening right now.
¡Ayuda!
Bogota in nearby Colombia. Stefano, you've spent so much time in Caracas, and you argue that this country was not necessarily prepared for this.
Oh no, I think that is a very nice way to put it. Venezuela is a country that has the economy on its knee. A preliminary estimate from the U.S. Geological Service calculates the damages from these double earthquake hitting the country at over $100 billion. That is the entire GDP of that nation. If there was one nation that was not prepared to deal with a natural catastrophe like this one, it's clearly the Venezuela. And I think that we heard from the Venezuelan President Delcy Rodriguez speaking to the nation, addressing the nation a few minutes ago. She announced that state of emergency, just like you said, Alex. But her face and the way she spoke, the way she delivered that message, spoke of the gravity of what is being lived through in Venezuela, in Caracas, at this hour. She also said, for example, that schools are to remain closed up until the end of the week, at least. That the country's main airport, the international airport of Maiquetía in Caracas, is also shut down for the time being. But our team in Caracas is to pierce together information, try to send us as much testimonies as possible for those who have lived through that those dramatic moments at around 6 p.m. local time. They were able to speak with one resident of Caracas who got out from her building, and this is what she told them. Take a listen, Alex, from Caracas.
Estaba aquí cuando logré.
I was here when I managed to get dressed. He helped me, and all the walls were cracked. We managed to open the door however we could. There was a cloud of smoke that wouldn't let us see. And when we went downstairs, the scene was like a horror movie. We had to climb over the rubble and everything. The building superintendent with a baby and all the neighbors coming down. But from that building, I only saw that one family got out.
It was like a horror movie, Alex. Today, by the way, was a holiday in Venezuela, so a lot of people were out on the street. One of the people that I was speaking with told me that there was a religious procession taking place when the earthquakes hit. So you can tell the drama that those people have been living through. The president-elect, Delcy Rodriguez, the interim president of Venezuela, she's interim president because the United States removed her predecessor and former boss, Nicolas Maduro, from power in that dramatic raid on January the 3rd. Delcy Rodriguez told us that at least one casualty has already been reported. Of course, that number could grow and grow and grow in the upcoming hours. Like you said, the United States Geological Service already estimates thousands of victims because of how fragile the infrastructure there is. One thing, for example, that I remember whenever you go to Caracas, it might seem a paradox, Alex, but Venezuela, the country with the largest oil reserves in the world, has dramatic and chronic problems when it comes to fuel. It's very hard to fill up your tank when you are in Caracas. It costs a lot. You might have to buy at the black market. Those ambulances that you probably would see on the streets will need somebody to fill up their tanks right now. It's yet another challenge that Venezuelans will have to overcome in order to come up with a response to an already catastrophic impact from these two earthquakes. Alex.
Bueno, de verdad que yo calculo que habrá sido como de 8 en la escala, pero fue bastante fuerte. Se cayeron varias paredes de la zona y de verdad que fue fuerte y estamos esperando algunas réplicas, espero que no, pero hay que estar prevenido. Empezó suave y de repente fue creciendo poco a poco y ya al final tuvimos que salir todos de las casas, salir y reunirnos todos afuera, pues.
El más fuerte y fue largo. Fuerte, fue muy fuerte. Nunca se nos había roto nada en ningún temblor y se nos rompió todo dentro de la casa, todos los vasos, todo cayó, todas las copas, todo.
Observen cómo quedó el aeropuerto de Maiquetía estando nosotros acá dentro. El desastre que hay. Acabado totalmente. Observen después el terremoto. Observen cómo quedó todo. Señores, grave la situación que estamos viviendo acá. Terremoto de alta magnitud. Miren cómo quedó todo. Pueden observar, yo grabé en el momento del terremoto, yo grabé todo. Ayudamos a sacar a la gente también. Miren cómo está el techo. Todo quedó destrozado. Todo quedó acabado, miren. Aeropuerto de Maiquetía. Es bueno que llamen las autoridades para resguardar muchas cosas acá, miren. Mira este desastre. Este es Maiquetía, en las ascensores donde están. Observen, aquí estamos todos. Así que